Good morning, everyone. My name is Alex, and welcome to something a little bit different. We are playing a Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, where we get to run a Soviet Republic. And I would like to do something that I've not seen very many people do. So we're starting with cities on, and I know that sounds odd, but when you start this game, you have a ton of options. This is probably one of the most customizable games I've ever played. And you can either start with cities without, full population without, water management, energy management, just everything. You can do so much. So we're starting here. This is a Soviet side. If we take a look at our map, again, this is for people that haven't played, we can do trades with the Soviets, the communists, all that fun stuff, or we can go to NATO, which is the blue guys all the way up here. So if we come up here, we'll see, we've got this blue border, and there's a NATO area we can ship through and get power from and everything like that. But we're not too awful worried about that. What I would like to do is start here, and we're going to start with this little area here, and we have like maybe a couple hundred workers in this area, but if we don't satisfy their needs, they're going to leave. So I have the game paused right now. We started in January of 1960, so a good 28 years before the Berlin Wall fell. When was that? 88, 89, something like that. Reagan was there. I remember that. So what do we do? How do we start? Well, easy. First thing we're going to do is I'm actually going to put in a road depot. Now, this is one of the free ones. Or not a road depot. I'm terribly sorry. I am on the wrong thought process. Not even that. Where is my distribution office? Is what I am looking for. I do believe that is in General Cargo, Distribution Office, right here. This little guy. Now, you get 5 of these for free. And what the game means by free is if I plop this down, it is instantly constructed. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come over here to our roads, and we're going to pick a gas station, and we get a couple free gas stations. And we're just going to link that together. Now, why did I start with these? Well, as soon as we buy a vehicle, and we're going to buy one, they call vehicles mechanisms in this. Totally understandable. We're going to be looking for a fuel truck. So we need to go to oil tank, and I would like something that kind of fits our year here. We've got like a bunch, and I downloaded a bunch more, and I'm not too awful worried about too much here. So I kind of want this kind of feeling. So let's get one of these guys. And we're going to unpause, and he's going to come rushing out of here because it is the closest area for him to spawn at. And what we're going to do is we're going to click this DO. We're going to click this plus button here, and we're going to say from here you can collect fuel. Collect fuel, not unload fuel. Thank you. There we go. And then we can click here, and he's going to unload that fuel. And we would like the storage percent to be 100% all the time. So as soon as I unpause, this guy should be gone. Yeah, there he goes. So he's going to run into here really quickly. He's going to get a load of fuel. And if we take a look here, we have no fuel here. Now, why was that important for us to do starting out? Well, as we start building up, fuel is going to be one of the resources that we're going to need. There's going to be gravel and coal and steel and all the building materials. Like, this game goes in depth. So now what we need is we need to satisfy some of the needs of our workers. So what we're going to do, we're going to build our construction office. I'm going to pause it here really quick. We only get 7 of these. And we're going to go ahead and get a excavator. And I'd like to get something worth a darn. And we're looking here at speed level. It really is this one. Like, there's some other road ones that are a little bit faster that we could get, but I'm not too awful worried about that. So we need to look at our weight here. So empty weight is 11 tons. I need to buy an open hole truck that can haul, well, 11 tons. So let's click total capacity. I could go ahead and get this guy. because he can hold 50 tons. Now, the Maz is probably one of my favorite real-world trucks, but I don't think it's quite what I'm looking for right now. So we got 7 tons, 8 tons. Nothing on that one. That was kind of weird. 10, 12. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy. And what we're going to do is we click this, and we're going to click Deliver Mechanisms Only with Trucks, and then we're going to get our resources from here, and that changes all of our resources. So workers and all that fun stuff we're going to get from there. We're also going to add a bus. Now, I'm not too fussed about bus, so we're going to go to bus here. And capacity is needed. Like, the microbuses are great because they can go fast on not good roads, but the buses hold more people, and people are going to be what we're going to need to get a lot of work done. So I'm going to go ahead and get this SKD 706 R20 Lux. It's from the Czechs. So there we go. Now we have 3 vehicles in this. It's only holding 4, and we're probably going to need a dump truck of some sorts. And we could get a Maz. It's 1950. He weighs 38 tons. How much do you haul? Oh, you haul like 40 tons. You are a fat boy. I think we'll go ahead and get one of you. Now, you're very expensive. The normal one is this dumper. So let's go ahead and unpause. And what's going to happen is these guys are going to go immediately. They're going to go here, and they're going to get fuel from the fuel station. And I want them to do that before we get anything assigned. As you can see, things move fast, other things move slow, yada, yada, yada. So he's going to go in. Yeah, and see, he's going to come back out and go get his fuel. So hopefully this has enough fuel. And he's just going to work. Now, our town. How are we going to take care of our town? Well, if I click on this and I look at my footpaths, okay, you can only walk so far in this game. Dirt roads really slow it down on how far you can walk. Upgrading to gravel means they can walk farther, upgrading to paved even farther, and paved with lights and sidewalks even farther than that. So it's kind of important to upgrade. But for right now, what I want to do is I want to build them some buildings so they can get some food. And I think I would like to get... Is this... Yes, that's a very small grocery store. I think that would do awesome here. So we're going to go ahead and ploop this guy down right here. And we're going to hold the button and just flatten out some terrain. There we go. Now our money is going down. So we need to keep an eye on that. I'd rather not buy too awful much. So if I unpause this, we should see after they all get done with fuel, we're going to see some items come into here. So they're going to need bricks and workers, prefab panels, steel, all this other stuff for the first stage. So everything here is built in stages, which is very cool. And you can see here, we had some workers actually walk on site. So as we bring in materials, that's going to be extremely good for us. So I'm going to go ahead and very quickly build a little side road. Whoa, not like that. Let's get a side road here. And we're just going to go like that. So the only roads that build are the mud roads that build instantly. And then we're going to need some more construction offices because I would like to get some stuff done here today. So let's go ahead and get this guy. Okay, so the vehicles that we're going to need another open hull. So let's get one of these little guys, 1959. Let's get one of him. We'll get a road crane, 59 here, 57 here. Let's go ahead and get this road crane. A closed hull would be good to have. I think, ooh, let's go ahead and get this guy. He only holds, well, his capacity is all over the place, but I'm here for it. And a cement mixer. There we go. So, again, we need to do the same thing here. So now we are going to be receiving materials. Yeah, it looks like we've got our 9.6 tons of bricks. And now we're waiting on some more items. Now I'm trying to very carefully do some of this, because if you go too quickly, bad things can happen. But what I'd like to do is start to build up a very small farm for these people to come work at. Now, they're not going to be able to walk to the farm. I know it seems very, very close, but just it's not going to happen. So, we need to go into crop production. And I learned this the last time I did this. Just go ahead and build a large farm. So, the last time that I did this, I made the mistake of building a small farm and I only had like 2 tractors. So, and then I built too much. Actually, you know what we might do? Let's go ahead and just build a medium one. I think that should be fine. So we'll get this guy. And what that's going to do is that's going to let us put down fields. So we can go into here and we can go into fields. But first I want to put a little bit of grain storage. What kind of grain storage would I like to have? How much does this actually cost me? It's going to cost me 43 tons of steel. That's going to be a ton of stuff, so I don't know an awful bunch about that. Where this one's only 31 tons of steel. So I think that might be the better bet. Oh, this one's 21. Let's get this. Oh, that looks just dandy, doesn't it? So if I get this connected up just like that there. Looky there. Now we're going to have this loyalty seems low coming up all the time. Now I want to go ahead and we're going to suspend both of these constructions. I don't want those done. I want to get this done. So we have the mechanism on site. So we've got our crane here and he's working through stuff as fast as he can. We're waiting on concrete, it looks like, some bricks and some more workers. So, workers and work days are all kind of over the place. Let's go ahead and buy a couple more concrete mixers. I think we're going to need quite a few here. How much can you hold? So let's get 2 of those. And I'd like to get 2 bulldozers as well in that one. And let's take a look here. What else can we get? Let's go and get another dumper. I'd like to mix up my vehicles a little bit here. We get one of them, and let's go ahead and get this guy. I think he looks pretty cool. And I'm going to finish this by going ahead and building an aggregate storage. So if we go into our aggregates down here on the bottom, storages, I can get a free one. And the main reason for doing the aggregate storage is so we can keep aggregates on hand, so we're not constantly going back and forth. As you notice here, you know, you spend time at the station house here, and if it gets blocked up too bad, then you can't get resources. So anytime that we can add a vehicle, so if we go ahead and we buy a vehicle here, and I'd like something a little bit peppier, so we're going to go to dumper total capacity. I know that this holds the most, but it's not very quick, right? It goes 43. This one goes 35, but I think doing this is going to be better. And what we're going to do is, come back here, little fella. We're going to go ahead and we're going to say that we can load up gravel, and then I'm going to add another task. We're going to go to here, and he's going to unload all of that gravel, and we're going to keep that at 100%. So then what I can do is I can tell this guy to go here, and he's going to pick up gravel from the aggregate storage. And we can do that to each one of these so I don't forget about it. There we go. So, now, look here, we have a store, but the store is not working right. We don't have any food, we don't have any meat, so they're not going to like that too awful much. So, before I queue up another thing to go there, we need a different kind of store, though. I'd like to have a small shopping center, if I could. Again, we don't... Ooh, but that's way too big. Maybe something like this. I think that looks fairly nice. Kind of sneak this on back there. And they're going to go ahead and start building that. And the main reason for doing both of these is this one only sells meat and food. This one sells like electronics, clothes, all that other stuff. And then our people are going to need somewhere to play, and like there's just all kinds of stuff. They need so much stuff. So let's go over to state infrastructure. We don't need any housing right now. I would like to get a small kindergarten though. If we can get this here. I think what I'd like to do, I really would like to kind of go through here, if I could. So I'm so sorry, my guy. The state demands. So we'll wait for that to get cleaned up there, and we'll go here to our little bully dozer. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, now was it? Building in the way. There's nothing in the way. There we go. Let's try this one more time. And what I'd like to do is run this up here a little bit so we can go ahead and get our state stuff done. So the kindergarten is going to be kind of good to have. Do we want this one? How many does this hold? 18 workers, 198 kids. There's definitely not 198 kids here. So let's go with a little bit smaller one. And we'll get that placed in. And then they're also going to need a school of sorts. And the school is only going to connect up with a path, which I'm completely okay with. So kindergarten is way bigger than our school. And then they're going to need a hospital. Emergency hospital. Just like a little one. There we go. Just a little feller. So the hospital has a road connection for ambulances. There we go. So we can let these run. And they're going to start building out all of this. And you can see we need like 27 tons of bricks and all this other stuff. So they're going to go. Let's let them run and get built. Alright, in our little time skip there, we got the school built. Oh, I need to bring back up the HUD. We have the school built and the little store here. So I need to... I went ahead and built another distribution shed here. And we're going to add this to our distribution. And he's going to be able to pick up clothes. And I'd like this to be at 80%. So we can do clothes, food, and electronics. So that'll get stocked up, and that'll help keep our people a little bit happier. So if we click on one of these houses, let's click on this row house here. We have citizen without power, which is okay for now. It's whatever. They weren't able to go to a hospital, visit a pub. I'm not too worried about that. I'm kind of going to run like a dry county. We don't have any culture or sporting event, so those are a couple more things that we need to do. The hospital is going to get built, hopefully. It looks like we're missing some concrete. Where's my concrete at? Are we stopped on concrete? When are we... It could just be out of the range. I normally try to do on 1,000-meter radius on my range. I don't like to go too far out of that. So we started with $1 million. It cost us roughly $150,000 to get these areas built, and they're going to continue to consume money, right? Like you can't have a state without an economy. So we need an economy going. Now, I really want these to get done. I think that they're going to get done fairly quickly. It's only asphalt and gravel. Did I assign all of my construction yards? No, I did not. Let's go ahead and get these guys on there. They are assigned. Why aren't you going to give my things things? You have trucks. Let us go. So basically what this means is when we look at this HUD, we have red people and we have the black people. That just sounded horrible. Please don't. Yeah, we have the immigrant workers and then the state workers. So the state workers are from our housing. The other ones are on the bus that we have come in and out. And these guys are less productive than these guys. And we want as much work as we can from our residents here. And the way that we get more residents is to build more housing. And once we build more housing, then we can have immigrants move into the country and become citizens and all that fun stuff. So the kindergarten allows workers here. Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, there's 2 workers here, right? So both the workers in this house can't work because they have children that can't be watched. So the kindergarten is basically like a daycare in this situation. There's some basic education, but then yeah, it's basically a daycare in our way of thinking. Another thing we need to add very quickly is going to be a little sport. That's way too big. Let's get a little tennis court back here. So, we have the village. I'm trying not to encroach on the village too much. They've got like their church and everything like that. But we're gonna watch this number up here go down. But I'm only worried about this village for right now, and it has like 500 people, I think. If we go to what I can see. Yeah, there's not very many people here. There's a few, but not the most. Where's my concrete? You guys are so slow. Okay, next we're going to build a nice little outdoor storage. We don't need grain. I want open storage. I don't believe that these can hold very much, so I'm just going to build 3 of them for our 3 basic things. So we're going to keep our steel here, our prefab panels here. Oh, I know, I'm going to need a little bit more. We're going to need boards and then bricks. So let's get a little bit bigger truck here for them. Each of those items is can be hauled on an open haul. We're not going to build up a warehouse just yet, so I'd like something that can haul a little bit more. So let's go with 2 of these, and we'll add these. This building is already assigned, so we can go here and get each one of those. So we have the open storage, and we're going to unload things as soon as the trucks spawn. So this, if you don't have like the option to add things, then you have to go in and wait for them to hit. So you can see here he's staying. So we can go steel, prefab, boards, and then bricks. I think I would like to keep these at 60% fill on each one. And then we can go back through. I can assign each one of these to be what they are. And as soon as they start getting full, then they'll start picking up from there. So that's all we're going to wait on. This guy is currently bringing in probably the last little bit of our gravel, which is a-okay with me. So while we're thinking about it, what we can do is we have the workforce. Let's go ahead and upgrade each one of these roads each at a time here. I don't want to block off my workers being able to get where they need to go for too long, so I'm not going to queue up the entire road, because as soon as you take and you upgrade a road, they lose access to the path, right? So if we went any more, they're not going to be able to go. So I don't want to do this whole strip, because then I'd have an entire workforce that's not able to, well, do work, because they can't get out of their house to do anything, and we basically have them locked in. So we're just going to wait for a dump truck to come and hopefully take us some stuff. So this is going to be our hub. Our hub for everything that we want to do is we're going to start from this city. We're going to make this city make money, or this town. So we're going to start with agriculture and just get some food exports going. I want the town to be fairly profitable, and we're going to add a bus stop. And once we get these roads graveled, they'll be able to reach the bus stop, no problemo. And then that means we can shuffle them to the fields and to the farm, where we're going to buy a bunch of farm stuff. So I'm just waiting for things to really build up. So let's we'll do a cut here and kind of see where we end up. So the next part here that we need in our production run is, does this need crops? Yes, this needs crops, but we can't just turn this into food. So I'm going to go to a food factory. Oh, okay, that's perfect. That's a little feller, nothing too awful huge. So we can do something like this, maybe. And if I press T, I can flip it here. So hopefully we can do something about like this. And then we'll go ahead and connect this up with a road. And we're going to go ahead and make that a gravel road. There we go. And we can tell that to go ahead and build. And what we're really going to be aiming for here is the food or the crops are going to be stored here, and then it's going to go directly into the food factory, and then we can take that food and either deliver it into our 2 stores here for our small town, or we can build out another, we've got this slightly larger town here that's more set up. We can start bringing stuff into here as well, which might not be too bad of an idea to start on, not this episode. Alright, next thing up is going to be a little bit of power. Now, we are very poor in the power terms, so we're going to do the renewable route, and we're going to go to a small wind turbine, and I think probably something like this, and we'll go ahead and get a dirt road out there, as, it doesn't need to be perfect by any means, but we do something like that there. And yeah, so once they have power, most of their problems are going to be over, right? So they don't have power. They don't have culture yet. Can we give them some culture? How much culture can I give you? Can I give you a small cinema? Ooh. Let's extend out our road here just a smidgen. Actually, let's just do this. go. Now we can add a small cinema. So this construction needs to be done by workers by themselves, as there's no mechanism that we can do. So we're going to head and set this to high priority, and hopefully we'll get our workers in there. And I'm going to go ahead and tell these guys to make this part of the road gravel. That way, 1/2 of it's already done. And that's a nice long node too, so it shouldn't take too awful long. I would really like to see some workers start to go in this. Where is my bus? I don't know why we would be getting some, you know, imported help, but I don't know why our workers are not going. And because there's not too many left. Yeah, a lot of people have left. I mean, that's to be understood. You know, we didn't have a lot of things. So, you know, we've got like 3 out of 10 here. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to invite 10 immigrants from the third world. And we're going to spend a little bit of our American dollars. So let's just go ahead and do that. And hopefully they will start to go here and work. Somebody, please, for the love of God, finish the road. It's for your own good, people, I promise. Yeah, okay, I see kind of what's happened here. We've got a lot of materials moving around to, well, one, this is getting built, and I kind of, we're going to suspend that construction on that guy. I don't want that done yet. I want to get some of our other items done here, so we need to get on that. Please, somebody finish this road. It took all day, but we finally have one section of gravel road done. Let's go ahead and get the next part started here. Hopefully somebody will start working on it. It looks like we're getting our wind turbine built, so I'm actually okay with that being done first. I need to get some of these projects done so we have, well, other things getting done. So our meats are falling pretty quick out of that one. I don't know why they're not going to this one and buying it, but they really like going to the small shopping center. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you. So hopefully we'll see some workers going in here, and on the next bus trip we should have power, which will be very, very nice. And as soon as this is done, I'm going to tell him to go on this side of it and start that work. So yeah, this should be getting done today without anything else going wrong. Hopefully we got 20 days left. Funny how fast you can get stuff done. There we go. Everybody has power now. So what else do you have? You are not able to do a sport. That doesn't make any sense, as we have sports right here. We're missing staff. There we go. So they should be able to do that. We've got plenty of other things going on here. We do have teachers, so hopefully we'll have some students start to come online there. And we got this road done, so that's very nice as well. We do have one worker working there. It's going to take quite a bit for one guy to do 50 days worth of work, but I think we'll be getting more and more done. So let's go ahead, and we're going to, as soon as this truck gets in there, we're going to do that there. Tell them to go a little bit faster, and I'm going to tell these that they have all the connections in the world, so they can get out here to do work if they must. There, very quickly. We got that done pretty daggone quick. So, waiting on the next little bit, but I think our happiness, in this region at least, is going up. For some reason, they weren't able to get food. Not sure why. But, I mean, they've got plenty of access to get to there, so I'm going to blame them. That's on them. That ain't on me. We did our part. I'd really like to get this cinema done so we can start focusing on a few other things. Okay, that section of road got done. Let's just continue to make our people's lives a little bit nicer, a little bit easier. So our big thing now is people are still not able to get to places even though they can walk to places. I don't know if there's some reason for that, but I mean, like, we've got like a hospital, so I'm not exactly sure why that's happening, but it is happening. As soon as this is done, though, I would like to build a very, very small apartment block. These will be more citizens for this area, especially I would like them to kind of work in these centers here, so they're going to have to be kind of educated. So let's go ahead and we're just going to build something small. I'd like to, yeah, I wanted to build something up kind of like this, so that's what we're going to go with. Alright, now we got the cinema going. Oh, that looks bombed out, really, to be completely honest with you. That looks absolutely horrible. But everybody should be able to get here. Yeah, things are working. And now what we can do, because we have this roundabout path, we're going to start focusing on getting this gravel road built. And that would help a little bit as well. Now, while we have gravel being moved around and built in, I think what we're going to do, this should have some construction offices tied to it. There we go. Get all them moving and going. And I think I'd like to go ahead and unpause on the construction here of the farm. And what we're going to say is, with this apartment block going in, I think it's probably a good idea. I don't want to get rid of these houses, but I'm kind of worried about them. Like, we're not getting to services I think that we need very well. So I'm going to do a little bit of figuring. I think sadly what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to tear down another house. So I'm just going to demolish this one. He's only got one worker. I'm going to get him out of there, and I'm going to add a path that's going to link into here. I think that's going to be very important for us. So that should mean that they can get to a few other places, is what I'm hoping. Because we do appear to have people that still can't get, like, to the hospital. I don't know why these people can't get to the hospital, but hopefully these little areas here will start to help with that a little bit. If not, I might be able to connect just some of the ugliest stuff. Come on, I seen ya. There you are. Maybe something like that. Maybe they can get there that away. Let's see here. We got a guy coming up. He's going through. Okay, he just went to the cinema. I'm okay with him going to the cinema, but I'd really like him to go to to the hospital. If he needs to go to the hospital, that would be great. Like, I don't know why you're not going to the hospital, my guy. You have the power. I promise. Like, nobody's denying you access to anything. So, what resources do we have near us? Do we have bauxite? No. Uranium? No. Oil. Ooh. We are in the oil very heavily. And up in the mountains, we do have some iron. That'd be a little bit difficult to get to. And then we have some coal in this area as well. So, I can make the map bigger here so you guys can see. We do have a ton of oil. We could be a major exporter of oil, and I think that would be pretty sweet. So, let's do some hard thinking about that. I think in this area here is probably where all of that is. If I go into the oil industry and buy a pump jack. Oh, boys. We're in the oil. So, I think what I'd like to do is, I don't see many people doing it. I would really like to turn this town into a bigger area. I want to keep the small city center like we is already here, because I think it's actually pretty nice looking, and kind of build out on this blocked format. And I'd like to build. You can make these dry docks. So, like, we could do, dry docks. Some parts of this are required to be in the water. I have never placed one, so I don't know. But I think that would be pretty sweet, is to really start building out some of this. Need to flatten. Yeah, I think I would really like to build some boats. We have access to both the NATO region and the Soviet region that we could sell to, and I think we could probably get that going. And we'd have to import a lot of materials, but they should sell for more. So we'd have to see what the ROI is. How is everything coming? I think I'm really just kind of like lacking on workers. So let's do our last thing for today. Let's add a construction office. And everybody likes microbuses. I don't know anybody that doesn't like microbuses. So let's get 4 microbuses. And we can tell them to get a resource from here. And that would be our workforce. So, what is not getting done here? Why are you not working? We're just lacking of resources, it appears. And workers. Now the microbuses are on it, so we're getting workers brought in fairly quickly. And then we have probably a pretty big bus load. Yeah, 23 workers coming in as well. Not exactly sure why we don't have more mechanisms, but that could just be a me problem. But I would like to see our workers getting to work, because they're being bums. Let's just be honest. So, to keep our workers from being bums, what we're going to do... Can I do... I've never tried it before. I kind of want to do something a little bit different here. So we're going to build a bus stop. And I think I can assign bus stops to construction yards? Or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I'm glad that this construction is getting done. We do need the farm being built. But at the same time, I'm kind of like... I would like some other things be getting done. Like my paths here. Not sure why we have workers in town that are not, well, working. They have things. They have 99% religion and clothing. They can get some sport. They're healthy. They got food and stuff. Like, what are you missing? You've got sport. It's right here. I promise. It's right there. Please, just do the sports. Like, we're getting so much other things done, and then there's just things that aren't getting done, and I don't know why. And you're still not able to visit a hospital because of some reason. It's 203 meters away. I think that's more of a you. Dude, you can even walk all the way down there. You can definitely get to the hospital, my guy. You're not hurting for getting there. Stop being weird. As soon as this path is done, we can build this into gravel and then kind of work our way down. I'd really like to see some more progress. I want to get the farm done today. So the farm only needs 530 days now. And we've shot through 250,000 rubles, which is a lot. Because I think at one time, the amount that you ended up paying for a Lada, you could have bought a Ferrari. Or something like that. From what I understand, like the conversion was crazy. On like the amount of money you had to pay to drive a car in the Soviet Union. I swear it was a Lada was as much as a Ferrari. I could be wrong, but man, that sounds right. We are less than 200 days away from our farm being done. Well, not days. It's work days, so work hours. Yay. But it's still trudging along here. We have microbuses going just absolutely ham, bringing people in, which is amazing, I think. So, if this bus, where are you going? You're going to go to the medium farm once you have people. And I think when you get there with those 24 workers, that should finish off this, is what I'm really hoping. Oh yeah, we're in there. 25 people going to come in right now. Boom, look at that. Absolutely killing it. There we go. So we have the farm completed. It is the 30th of June, 1960. We've got a town kind of going. We've got one person that is still mad that they can't go to the hospital, even though it's literally right there. I'm pretty sure I could walk 200 meters, and I am fat. So, average lifespan of this household is currently 55.56 compared to 66.40. I would like to see, once all this is up and going, that each of these buildings be powered and that we see some natural growth start in our little town. I'm not going to import any people to fill in this household. I think that we probably do have some people that simply want to, you know, work in the town, but they can't like move out. All right. If we go into our overlay here and we show adults living with parents, is there anyone like that? Actually, no. Actually, no. We have some free-time citizens. No tourists, thank God. We have lots of children. We get the babies. We got workers with higher education. We only have one. That's kind of, well, we got two. So hopefully we'll start to get some more people in here, is what I'm hoping. So that they'll help, because, you know, we need to staff each of these businesses, and I think that's really cutting into some of our workers. So if we can get some of these going, and this is going to be our flats here done, hopefully. Don't run out of people on me. There we go. Boom. So we have some flats. Oh, and we got 32 workers from that. That's an automatic move-in. Hopefully they're going to go work, and we can see some natural growth here. So where are they going to? They have access to everything but the little grocery store, and I'm hoping that will be remedied here in the next little bit. So that is where I'm going to leave it at for today. We have farm, and we'll have to build out some farmland. The fields in this game are really, really cool. We're going to do a bunch of that. I think we can even do some road connections straight off of this. Maybe I was wrong. It looks like it's only for forklifts, but yeah, we're going to get some farmland over in here, and then we're going to start our oil exporting business, I think, to make some cash. So it looks like the little town is being more and more productive. So hopefully we'll see a uptick They have everything that they need. They have nothing that they can complain about. We need to tell this to not wait on tourists or anything like that. You are waiting on workers. And before I forget, because I will forget, I need to put in a bus stop right here. So let's go ahead and get another bus stop. And we could probably slide that right in there. We'll go ahead and get a nice little connection there and a connection there, and we'll just prime that in, and then we'll get a bus going back and forth to the fields for workers and resources. You didn't think I was going to go there, did you? But we went there. But yeah, that is the plan for the next one, is get a bunch of this stuff done. We got a lot of things started. We have a good chain going. We have $700,000 left to make some kind of money coming in. So I need to be very careful about what I spend. But I think that the food is going to start paying for a few things. If I look at my economy, I can't remember how to look at the economy. There we go. Food is worth 119 per ton. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I think with a medium-sized farm we'll be able to accomplish a good amount of food production. And any crops that we don't end up using in the food, we can start using as fabric as well. So join me next time and we will start working on all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this little introduction, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.